Let's talk about procrastination. We all do it. In fact, if you're listening to this right now, instead of starting that report or replying to that email you've been avoiding, you're not alone. Procrastination is part of being human. But when it becomes a habit, it can damage your productivity, your confidence, and even your career. So, why do we procrastinate? It's not always because we're lazy. In fact, very often it's the opposite. High performers can be some of the worst procrastinators. That's because perfectionism, fear of failure, and overwhelm can all lead to delay. You want to do a great job, but the task feels so big or complicated that you don't even know where to begin. So you postpone. You do something easier. You avoid the stress for now. The problem is the task doesn't disappear. It lingers in the background, quietly draining your energy. And the longer you delay, the bigger it feels. Eventually, you might find yourself rushing to complete it under pressure or avoiding it altogether and dealing with the consequences. So, how can we manage this? How can we take control of procrastination instead of letting it control us? First, start by recognizing why you're procrastinating. Is it because the task is boring? Is it unclear? Is it overwhelming? Or are you afraid of doing it badly? Be honest with yourself about the why. It helps you choose the right strategy. For example, if a task is boring, try the temptation bundling method. That means pairing something you don't want to do with something you enjoy, like listening to music while doing admin, or allowing yourself a coffee break after you finish a dull report. If the task feels unclear, clarify it. Don't just write prepare presentation on your to do list. Break it down. Choose topic, find data, create slides, rehearse timing. Smaller, concrete steps are far less intimidating. Now, let's look at one of the most popular anti procrastination techniques, the 5 minute rule. This is simple. Tell yourself you'll just work on the task for 5 minutes. That's all. Most of the time, once you get started, you'll keep going. Starting is often the hardest part. Another great technique is time blocking. Instead of listing tasks in a random order, assign each one a specific time in your calendar. For example, write report from 9 to 9:45, respond to emails from 9:45 to 10:15. This gives your day structure and limits the chance of tasks expanding endlessly. You can also try habit stacking. This means attaching the new task to something you already do. For example, right after my morning coffee, I'll write 100 words of the report. By building routines around existing habits, you reduce the mental effort of starting. Now, let's talk about language you can use when you're managing procrastination at work. Here are some useful phrases. I've been putting this off, but today I'm tackling it head on. Let me break this down into manageable chunks. I'm blocking out time this afternoon to focus on this without distraction. I'm committing to making progress even if it's not perfect. These kind of phrases are useful not only in conversation but also in internal self talk. What you say to yourself matters. Replace, "Oh, I can't face this," with, "I'll just get started." Replace, "I don't have time," with, "I'll do 10 minutes now and review." Of course, managing procrastination isn't just about tricks and techniques, it's also about mindset. Many people procrastinate because they're afraid of failing. But here's the truth: imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Think about that. Imperfect action is progress. It gives you something to improve. It builds momentum. If you wait until the conditions are perfect, you'll be waiting forever. And remember, procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed slowly with small steps, one decision at a time. So, here's your challenge for today. Choose one task you've been avoiding, just one, then set a timer for 5 minutes. Start. That's it. You're not committing to finish, you're committing to start. Because starting is how we stop procrastinating, and progress begins with action.